Hello everybody and welcome back to Manor Lords, where it is currently February and we have 5 months of fuel, so we should be fine on that front. Now, we just started up a new settlement out over here. So we've got ourselves a hitching post with a singular ox, we've got 8 timber it looks like, and we've got these homeless people's tents. So, we cannot actually... Can we build manors here too? Required settlement level, small village. Apparently, yes. Interesting. So that is very, very interesting. So we're going to want to pretty much immediately target going for... Where was that? Where was deep mining at? Here. So we need to go to charcoal burning. That's interesting. Converts 1 firewood into 2 charcoal, making refueling twice as efficient. That's very interesting. So we could definitely do that, but we want to make a beeline for deep mining. So we need a at least level 2 village. So we need 5 burgage plots. Gotcha. So I'm going to come up over here. We're going to put in a road, something like this or so. I don't like that. Maybe like this. Okay. And then the burgages are going to go out over this way. So the burgages are going to come in like so. We would have them be assigned here. And they would end up going up over here. Is this slope too steep? It's not. Okay. That's a little too much. We do not need 7 of these. So we need something more like... this? Yes. That's 4. So we'll get started on that for now. That'll be fine. So these guys will get going on that. We're going to need a sawmill, or not a sawmill. We're going to need a woodcutter's lodge. Would be definitely a good thing eventually to have. A forester would still be good over here. And we're going to definitely need a logging camp. So the logging camp could potentially go down here. But we don't have enough goods for that. Right. Okay. I'm going to cancel that burgage. We're going to definitely want to get a logging camp going down over here. Trees uprooted for construction. I don't want to uproot any trees right now. So a logging camp down over there, with this being the highest priority of construction. So we're going to head on down there. That'll be perfect. We've got these 3 burgages that are going to get done eventually. Now, we probably don't have the timber for anything else. That seems okay. While they're working on that, let's hop on back to our main city, which is, of course, out over here. And, well, really main village. And we currently have 30 out of 35 families here, with none unassigned. Okay, so this place is largely going to be working on a bit of autopilot at this point. There's not all that much that needs to get done here. I want to open the castle planner. We're lacking timber here. Okay, noted. So that's fine. We're definitely going to want this logging camp to be doing stuff, but we have currently logged out a lot of this area. So that is definitely noted. I'm wondering about maybe building a second forester's hut somewhere down over this way. With the idea being that this would do forestry like up over here, while this one does forestry up over here. We have 2 families on this forester's hut right now. Now, obviously, we're not going to get any construction progress until we get some growth here. So that's fine. Let's hop back up to here. And how are we doing on that logging camp? Well, we're still moving the logs over. Excellent. I like this whole, like, restarting mechanic, almost. It's not really a restart, but starting a new village in another location that is intended to complement your existing village. That's a really cool concept. I like that. So, we have all of our materials for the logging camp. I want to have at least 1 family in this logging camp. So let's get that completed. There we go. And we're going to have 1 family there. Now, where are they designated to cut? Probably we're going to say that they are going to be cutting somewhere around here for now. Just clear out this area. That'll be okay. So now our mission is to construct these burgages, right? And we want to do that without getting blocked. That would be ideal. So we're going to need to get a couple of burgages up over here, something like this, although I suspect, yeah, we want it more like here, and we don't have enough goods to actually do this, but we're going to want to get that going as soon as we can. For now, we can't do that, but that is going to be our first mission. So we're felling these trees, and we're going to need, I think is it 2 each? Yeah, so we're going to need 4 total logs over here. That looks fine. We just want to get those houses done as soon as we can. We are going to need some form of self-sustainability up over here, but really all our goal is to be able to sustain the iron deposit here and the clay deposit here. There are the wild animals out over here, so a hunter's lodge is probably not the worst idea to be able to do some amount of self-sustainability over here. So that all looks good. We are going to want to have... we are actually overflowing our stonecutters camp. Okay. That is noted. That is absolutely noted. And we currently have 3 families in our trading post. I'm going to pull 1 family, actually 2 families out of that. And that puts us at 1 family over here. So that looks good. That definitely looks good. And up over here, we're definitely going to want to have... well, we're not going to need this logging camp long term, I think. I'm just thinking about how this is all going to end up working up here, because we are going to need to have some amount of food production. So a granary is going to be necessary. We're going to need a market area. A well would probably be good. There's some underground water out over this way, so a well right up over here would work. That costs a wood, though, and we don't currently have that. So we'll have to wait for this logging camp to build up some wood supplies. We do want to get a home up here as soon as we can, and food is going to be a high priority, as is fuel. So that's all fine. Let's get working on this. What do we currently have here? 2 timber. Okay. So I would like to get a food source here. And a hunting camp is absolutely, I think, the way to go here. We know that the wild animal deposit is out over there. And this is the closest that we'd be able to put it. Do it. So we're going to do that, and we'll have a road that comes in something kind of like this. Maybe like that. Okay. Cool. And that only uprooted 1 tree, so that seems pretty decent. So our forester's hut is going to be out over here. We're going to need a granary. We're going to need a well. We're going to need a... or that's not our forester's hut. That's our hunting camp. We're going to need a source of fuel. That is going to be a necessary thing. We've got 16 months of fuel right now, 3 months of food. So that's looking fine. I'm wondering about fertility right now. Okay. So this is emmer, this is flax, this is barley, and this is rye. Pretty good rye fertility out over here. Definitely not the most arable of land. Out over this way would be a pretty decent place for a wheat field. Definitely interesting. But I'm hoping that we can subsist on our hunting camp out over here, which is going to take a little bit to get that constructed. That's okay. For the moment, we've got 4 families on construction, and they should get that done reasonably quickly. We're primarily waiting on the ox, I think. And we also, of course, want to get these 2 additional burgages built fairly soon. So this is going to be like out over here. Okay, maybe a little further than that. Yeah, do it. So something like that. That'll be all of our families there. We can go with just having food production backyards over here. And that would be absolutely fine. No doubt about it. So the snow is beginning to melt at this point. And the thing about that is our fields are already fully sown. So we shouldn't need to have like all hands on deck in the farmhouse. This should be absolutely fine over here. So that's wonderful. This forester's hut is done, and I want to have these guys be working specifically on this area out over here. So just be planting there. Now these guys are going to be focused on this area up over here-ish. Something kind of like that. I wish we could do that with a polygon rather than a circle, but it's okay. So that seems fine for now. Let's hop back up to our second village up here. And yes, we do have homelessness. We have exposed goods right now. We're working on it. We're going to eventually want to build a granary, and that is going to go somewhere out over here. I would also like to get a road out over here. This is going to be our market area. So that is under trade? No. Residential? Yes. Okay, so this is going to be our market area. There we go. Perfect. That'll be fine. And then we're going to need to have a source of water, of course, which the idea is that we're going to have a well there. Then we're going to want to have a granary for sure. And I think the granary can go here. And then we're going to want to have a storehouse. And the storehouse, I think, well, we just don't have enough for it right now. Storehouse can maybe go up over here or something. We're definitely going to want to have a woodcutter's lodge. So that's going to go right out over here. That can start carving into these trees for the moment. Once we have all of this stuff built and get leveled up to the level we need to be, we're not going to really need to do too much more over here, so we're probably going to get rid of the logging camp at a certain point. But for now, that's looking pretty good. We do have this stone out over here that we probably want to exhaust, which will be fine for now. And we've got this berry deposit out over here. There's also this bandit camp that we might want to clear out with our army from here. And this is actually a kind of decent time to do so. So we could have all of these forces rallying out over here. Now, we don't have, like, a full force here, right? A minimum of 5 equipped recruits is required. Okay, so the polearm militia can't actually rally, but the rest of these can. We're going to tell them not to run to their position, but they are simply going to make their way out over this way. I'd like them to, like, meet up somewhere over here. Okay, so they're going to make their way on over there. No, don't run. No, don't run. Okay, I want all of these to not be running. They're just going to march. They're kind of still running. Okay, well, I'm not sure what their fatigue is going to end up looking like. Interestingly, the militia footmen and the spear militia don't currently have fatigue. Not entirely sure why, but whatever. And they're just going to make their way on over. So that's looking pretty decent. Let's warp forward here for a bit. And let's just let these guys head on through. A bandit camp was just sighted. Where? Down here? Okay. For the moment, I'm not too concerned about that one. That seems okay. If we need to, I think that we can resupply this. Another ruler's army was sighted. Okay, they're heading into Ica now. For the time being, I'm not too concerned about that one. Okay, let's make our way on through. How are we doing on fatigue at this point? Okay, I believe that we are not considered running at this juncture. So that looks good. And our goal is to head in and clear out this bandit camp. So actually, let's group up over here for the time being. And we're just going to put this on 12x. Why are we going backwards? Okay, I guess we headed back to here before we head over this way. Whatever. That is reasonably fine. These guys are still working on all of this. That looks good. I do definitely want to get a woodcutter's lodge as soon as possible. And we should also certainly consider getting a storehouse. So, the storehouse can go, like, right up over here. That's fine. Cool. So this is all 4 of these units, and we're just going to clear out this bandit camp as soon as we arrive. We're just grouping up over here for now. Okay, so Goldoff is being claimed. Do we care about that? Is a question that must be asked. Can we go to the map, please? That's this area? Okay. If we get the ability to, we'll probably claim Zawao. But we'll see if we end up getting the opportunity to do that. I'm reasonably content with what we have because we have infinite access to iron and clay here. So that looks pretty good. Policies available? Yeah, I don't think that's actually true. Not enough stable space. Okay, so 2 of 2. Noted. We've got this hitching post up here, which is 1 of 1. And then we have this original hitching post, which is actually a small stable. That's at 2 of 2. Where don't we have enough stable space? Interesting. I'm not sure. And they're also not being assigned to the farmhouse, so there is that. I'm guessing that that's going to be ox guiding. This ox? Well, for the moment, let's bring this down to 5. That'll be okay. And we're just letting our sheep continue to multiply. So that all looks fine for the moment. These guys are now ready to go after this bandit camp. And we're going to tell them to do exactly that. So up we go. We're going to clear this out. And we'll see what this entails. I'm not sure how many bandits are even in this camp. I don't see any right now. Okay, we got a new message. When searching through the enemy belongings, you find a stash of goods. They could be sent to your people who surely need them, though it's your right to keep it. So we could send the resources to the nearest town or to our treasury. We'll send them to the nearest town. So that's regional wealth gained. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm actually quite okay with that. So we now want to disband these guys, but we can't disband them outside of their home region. So they're going to need to make their way over here. And actually, it's completely fine for them to run. We do not mind that. So we have 100, actually we have 416 regional wealth up over here. That's pretty significant. But let's just let these guys get home, and then we're going to disband them. Okay, so they are, of course, going to, where's that button? Can't disband outside of home region. They aren't outside of their home region. They're in their home region. Interesting. Maybe we have to get them closer to home?
Pick up the pace.
We'll see. Or maybe I have to reselect them. Okay, now they're considered in their home region. Never mind. Okay, beautiful. So these guys are going to go back to work, and they're just going to go do their work things. Wonderful. That seems good. So up over this way, what are we working on? Well, we want to get this burgage done. There we go. That gives us access to the charcoal kiln. So that's kind of mission number 1. Now we probably want to build a charcoal kiln. Industry? Gathering? It's gathering. Okay, so we'll build a charcoal kiln right down over here probably. Or maybe up like here? I don't think it really matters all that much. So we'll just do that. We've got this hitching post here, of course, and we've got these supplies that are out in no man's land right now. But we need to get these constructions finished, and we need to get to level 2. So we need 2 burgage plots to be level 2 or higher. And what does that mean? Well, that means that we need some clothing stall supply, some fuel stall supply, some food stall supply. So that pretty much means we need a sheep farm. Indeed. So let's hop over to here, and we'll put in some pasture space. It doesn't need to be a lot of pasture space, just like out over here. And then we would put in a sheep farm right up over here. Too steep to build. Maybe like on this side of the road. Yeah, that'll do. So a sheep farm out over here, that will give us access to a weaver's workshop. So that would be a great thing to build, of course. We'll need to get that done as soon as we can. So that's going to cost 4 lumber, and we don't have enough goods for that right now. So we need to wait for this logging camp to make more progress beating back this forest. So that looks good. Excellent. And we're definitely seeing some benefits from the forestry out over here. This is still saying we don't have enough stable space, and I'm guessing it's for this ox in particular. Okay, I did a permanent assignment there. I'm going to remove that permanent livestock assignment. And I want to do that over here at the farmhouse. Now, this is still saying not enough stable space. So we might need to upgrade this hitching post, which we'll go ahead and do. However, we've now figured out how to assign the livestock to the farmhouse. So that's looking good. Do we want to permanently assign another one? Probably, yes. 2 livestock assigned to the farmhouse seems really good for dealing with our plowing situation. This field is only at 7% flax now. That was at like 24. But okay. We're going to get a fair amount of flax out of it anyway. So up over this direction, we of course are going to want to get some sheep here. And I'd like to import the sheep from over here. So I'd like to just yoink like 3 or 4 of these sheep and put them up over here. That would be ideal. However, we're going to run out of jobs here. We definitely need a lot more people working in various jobs. But this area is certainly developing. We're down to 2 months of fuel at this point. So we certainly do want to get this woodcutter's lodge done. And we're going to have people assigned to that. Head on over here. Get that completed, please. Because we're going to run out of fuel eventually. This granary is being constructed, but this ox is working overtime at this point. Once we get everything that we actually need built here, it'll be not a big deal. But for now, this is definitely going to take some time. So the Woodcutter's Lodge can be built as of this moment, and we certainly want to do something with that. So we're going to have a family assigned to that. Are we going to immediately have a family assigned to this granary? Well, probably not immediately. So that seems okay. Now, these are all still outside, which is not necessarily ideal. We're going to want those to be moved soon enough. And I think we should probably immediately get to work on having vegetable gardens and chicken coops. I'm going to do 2 vegetable gardens and 3 chicken coops. We want this place to be relatively self-sustaining in terms of food. So something along the lines of that. Has this hunting camp finished? No. Okay. So obviously we're going to need more housing up over here. That's not shocking at all. So we have a firewood stall up over here. Noted. I'm not sure who owns that stall. This guy does. Who is this guy? He's a firewood cutter. Okay, fair enough. So we're going to be working on that fuel. We still need food. So that, of course, means that we have a very high priority on this Hunter's Lodge, which is out here somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where. Let's just go through the woods here. There we go. Fantastic. This is the hunting camp, and I want this to be highest priority. So get on out there, everybody. We want that built. And we want it built now. Yeah, stocks are being damaged by the weather. This isn't surprising. We're running out of food. Yes, I'm aware of this. So we're heading down here, and we are going to get this built. We want to immediately assign somebody to that hunting camp. Okay. So we're currently out of food. We've got 1 month of fuel left. We do have someone assigned to the Woodcutter's Lodge. So that's all noted. This granary isn't done yet. So, can we move some of our food from here over to there? That's an interesting question. So if we were to do this, so this is trade route. Interesting. We may need to have some foraging being done over here for now. So we may want to put that in. So that would be a forager hut. And have that be a high priority for right now. Okay. So we'll get going on that. The lack of food over here is going to be a significant issue. We need to get some production going on that. A family is hungry. Yes. So we're going to get this forager's hut done. That is now done. And go forage. Okay. So off they go to forage. We do have sources of food on the way in. So this is a food stall here. Noted. Is the granary completed yet? Not yet. That's fine. We don't want anybody assigned to the sheep farm just yet. We only have the one family on construction at this moment. So we're going to have to expand our burgages, of course. And that's absolutely understandable. For the moment, I'd like to take this up and I'm thinking about maybe doing a curve out this direction. Kind of like this. And then we put more burgages in up there. For the time being, our food is going to be coming from chickens and from wild game out over here, which has been hunted a little bit, and the berries down over here, which is going to take us a while to get to that. But that's understood. So, we should have some form of food source at this point. Theoretically. This Woodcutter's Lodge is under construction. Hang on. Why did we build a second Woodcutter's Lodge? Let's not do that. We don't need 2 Woodcutter's Lodges. Get rid of that. So that's fine for now. This storehouse is being worked on. Now we've got ourselves 2 months of food. That's looking better. And I would like to potentially have a family assigned here. Do we have any other constructions that we're currently working on? I think for the moment, the answer to that is no. So that seems good. It is time to put a cut in here, though. The crisis appears to have abated over on this side. We've got ourselves some food income, some fuel income. We should be okay on that front for the moment. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Tommy, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.